ago. There was an employee out in a mall in Valley Stream, and he was trampled by workers.
It's amazing it didn't happen more. That's the way they set it up, it seems.
Yeah.
So everyone would run in and,
exactly, those doorbuster deals. So let's talk a little bit about that and some other things with former New York City detective and private investigator Beau Dietl. He's here with more. Good morning, Beau. Is that kind of what we needed to help keep the shopping situation a little bit more safer, this sort of slow rollout for Black Friday?
Well, I think it's more so with the stores. The securities people there understand when you have all the people standing at the front door and when you let them charge in, you're only causing that kind of a problem. So what they're doing now, I see a lot of the stores, is when they have the line there, they're starting to give out tickets to people. Then they're starting to let them in little by little, and you have to control a situation like that. Otherwise, it can turn into people trampling on people, and now it's happened before. Let's learn from our mistakes, and I think the professionals in charge of the security realize, hey, you're part and parcel. If you don't settle that group down out there, you're going to be part and parcel for something like that to happen. That could be tragic.
All right, well, so we have learned from some of those mistakes.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's talk about, you had an eventful Thanksgiving Day dinner.
Yeah, I was a guest of my fiance's family in Colts Neck, Jersey there, and something came to mind. Eric Bowling from Fox News and Roger Ailes and Bob Beckel were out to lunch a couple of weeks ago, and then all of a sudden Eric's telling me the story where Bob Beckel was eating a shrimp, and he started turning white. He was choking, and Roger tried to get his hands around him, and then all of a sudden Eric Bowling went there and he gave the Heimlich
maneuver,
maneuver. And I've heard about it, and in my mind was you grab the chest, you just pound on it, and the thing comes out. Eric explained to me, Eric Bowen, what you do is underneath the breastbone, you pick up, you hit the diaphragm and out. So Barbara, one of the mother-in-law of my fiance's sister, was there, and all of a sudden she starts choking. Everybody's looking at each other, and right away, from what I heard from Eric, I ran over and I did it, and the food that was lodged in her throat popped out. Why I'm saying this is because a lot of people are watching today, and they think that they understand, like I thought I understood it. It's very simple, and people have to realize you can save someone's life. You got to react, because what's happening is no air is going back, and it's lodged into the throat, and it can happen. People are talking fast like I am talking now, and you're trying to eat, and then it lodges. It's very simple. It's under the breastbone, and you push up, and the diaphragm pops it out. What we're hearing today is like, I wish I understood it before, but I actually did it yesterday, and I honestly think, I don't know if I saved her life, but she's alive today. She was able to eat dinner after it, so I guess everything was good.
You made a good point that a lot of people you're with, they tend to panic in a sense when something like this happens. So you got to be that one person who knows how to take care of it.
You know what? Like I said, today the most important thing was to talk about this, because I said, boy, if I could just express out there to people and understand it's not a big harm. You're not going to harm anybody, but you might save somebody's life.
Right. A lot of people figure they know how to do it, and they probably also think the people they're with know how to do it. But at the moment's notice, you're going to be able to hop in there and get after it.
Yeah, but let's talk about something else. A lot of us have been following what happened at University of California, Davis, and that is where those protesters were pepper sprayed by a school police officer, essentially. This person was put on paid administrative leave at this time. Do you think that that was the right solution? Was that a fair treatment?
Well, you know what? They should really learn from the New York City Police Department. You can see the officer walking back and forth like he's spraying insecticide on them like that. There's ways of removing them, and to me, you know what? They're not doing anything. The police don't look like they're in too much threat for their lives. What they should do is learn from the New York City Police Department how we remove. We had 7 or 8.
What's the proper way to do it?
Well, the proper way to do it is with a large group of officers, one by one, you handcuff them, you got the plastic cuffs, you pick them up, you separate them, and you put them and you arrest them. But to go walking back and forth, for the person who doesn't understand police procedure, this looks very like you're treating people like they're
I'm shocked by the size of the stream. That close to, that's a lot of pepper spray, isn't it?
I honestly think it was a diluted pepper spray, because if that's real pepper spray, I heard it was diluted. If that's the real pepper spray, those people would be cringing. And I've been pepper sprayed before. And I've been also maced before when I was, by mistake, by other cops. And I'm going to tell you something. You're squirming, your eyes burn, and you feel like someone's stabbing you in the eyes. Those people didn't look that upset with it. In reality, just maybe it was a very diluted thing to scare them to get up and go.
All right, but we got to leave it there. Thanks a lot for coming in.
Happy Black Friday.
Yeah, you too.
Hey, you could go online and you could get better deals instead of crunch-a-tate in the store.
That's the way I do it.
You don't want to crunch-a-tate in any kind of store.
No.
I don't want to crunch-a-tate at all, do you?
We finally get the word out of it. It took to the very end of the segment. We got his one minute word of the segment.
Have a great weekend. Well, coming up on Good Day New York, great fashions to tell you about for guys.
All right, we got a sharp dress.